Hi everyone, this is Allison Kurak. Welcome back to my channel. If you didn't catch my last video on Ask Me Anything, definitely go check out part number 1. Today's video is going to be part number 2. Thank you guys for commenting such great questions. I want to make sure I answer as many of them as possible, so that's why we're going to pick up with part 2 of the video today. And as I've mentioned, if you have any other questions, comment them below. We can do part 3, part 4, definitely keep this series going. Also, I'll try to get back to you in the comments as soon as possible, but I like diving a little deeper and providing more insight to everyone on these videos. And like I said, if you missed part 1, definitely check that out. And if you're enjoying this content, before we dive in, please like this video and subscribe to my channel so I can keep working on more great content for you guys. Okay, let's do it. Let's pick up right where we left off. So I've got my question list here and I'm just going to dive right in. Okay, first question for today. I'm wondering, when you put the emails aside, do people get upset that you don't always answer right away? Do you ever miss anything super urgent because the email came during part of a day when you're focused on other things? So this comment was on a video I did regarding, I think it may have been time blocking, something similar to that, where I said, sometimes you have to just put the notifications away and stop. Like, it's very difficult, especially during really hot times in the year or the market or when things are really busy. But you're never going, like, some things just take a chunk of time. Processing a new contract from input to getting initial emails out, that takes me about 30 minutes. Sometimes I have to just set aside that 30 minutes, get it done, and then I'll get back to a message or something. Also, maybe I like to set, even an hour or 2 hours to just be like, I'm doing some deep work right now so I can be productive. If you're constantly living in the notification, you will just never really get any work done and you'll always just feel like you're playing catch up. And definitely, I don't like the process of interrupting a task you're doing to quickly answer something unless it is literally like a giant ball of fire real estate emergency, which doesn't happen that often, luckily. So in response to this, typically no. So like I said, if I know something is super urgent, like maybe we have a deadline at 5 o'clock and we're really waiting on something, I notice it's 4, I'm still waiting, maybe I'll keep my phone up on the desk or keep my email tab up while I'm working on something else. And if I see something about that one particular item I'm waiting on that actually is really important and urgent, maybe I will pause what I'm doing and address it. Like I said, obviously that's not something that happens all the time, every day. So you shouldn't be experiencing that too much. But yeah, typically also regarding email, someone commented back to this comment actually, which I thought was a great response, is a lot of emails we get don't require action, definitely don't require urgent action. So if you wait an hour or 2 or 30 minutes to respond, it's usually not going to be a big deal. Lots of other people aren't always consistently responding to emails within 2 minutes. Quick-ish response times I think are important, but sometimes you have to set it away. So to answer the question, no, I don't really have people get upset. Like that other comment said, if something's really urgent, people don't usually send an email, they'll pick up a phone and call or send a text. So if I know I'm waiting on something, maybe I'll keep my phone out. If not, maybe I'll check my phone every 30 minutes, but then only go back to my email after an hour or 2 hours, if that makes sense. Also, I usually never let more than 2 hours pass. It's probably typically more like an hour or so without at least glancing at the email to see if something's important. So really, I wouldn't recommend setting aside for 8 hours, but if you keep the time relatively short and then also be aware of a super urgent item, I've never had anyone get upset about that. Okay, number 2 for today. When you say you make notes, is that in the CRM or in a software where the agent can follow along? No, for me at this time. So a lot of softwares have ways that agents can access where they can see your notes, they can see the documents you've uploaded, what tasks you've been doing, the parties to the transaction, all that kind of stuff. I've found in my experience that most of the agents never log in, even if they can, just because they're juggling already so many different platforms on their own. Their MLS system, their e-signature, their brokerage compliance, maybe if they're using a CRM separate from that, maybe if they're using a marketing platform like Boomtown or something separate than that. It's like they have so many things they're already logging into every day. I don't think it's just another thing for them to log into, and we're supposed to be taking that off their plate. If your CR or software you're using offers that, it could always be something you mentioned to the agent. You could still invite them to the party to the transaction. And in that case, you are making a note where they could see it. And some agents may be interested in that. Just in my experience, I would say 99% of them, it's just, we're handling that. They're not going to look at it, but it's there maybe if they want to come at any point and you see something. But yeah, to answer the question, I'm really just making notes in my personal software. And then you can invite the agent depending on the software and their preference. Okay, next one. How do you know what compliance system to use? So this is something you're going to need to go over in your onboarding call with a new agent. Sometimes you'll know things. Maybe you're already working with their best friend at the brokerage, so you already know all the systems that they use, or like it's Keller Williams, they're going to use KW Command. Some things you may already know, but I still recommend asking them what all they are. If you already know, like, hey, I know the main compliance system is XYZ, but what else do you use? Is there anything else I should know or be aware of, etc. So really just asking is upfront on an onboarding call is the number one way to do this. Okay, next one. Do you offer your services remotely? Yes. So for me, I personally work completely from my home office. Remotely. Some TCs, there's full-time positions where you may work at a brokerage or be like work for a specific agent or team where you may go into an office. But most of the TCs I know work remotely from home or from an office on their own. Okay, next one. Is this position a base pay? So this kind of piggybacks off what I just said a little bit, in the case that if you are hired by a brokerage or a team or some type of role like that full-time to be their TC at a company, likely that is a base pay position. Maybe not, but most of the time I would say it probably is. If you're not, where you may be doing it on your own as an independent contractor for a company or owning your own TC company, then it's definitely not most likely going to be a base pay, and it's 99% of the time I would say going to be based off like how many deals you close or some other type of agreement. So personally for me, it just depends. When I close a deal, I get paid. If I don't, I don't. So no base pay, I would say, for a lot of TC positions that are more independent. Okay, next one. How many contracts can you handle a month? So I feel most comfortable with my workload when I'm closing about 25 to 30 transactions a month. That's just kind of a sweet spot where I'm able to hit my financial goals, but then also not be super overwhelmed, but still stay pretty busy. So personally, I'm totally comfortable at like 25 to 30 a month is my goal kind of baseline. That being said, the most transactions I've ever closed in a month was 59. And I had 99 files going at that time, and we closed 59 in 1 month. So I did it. I thought I was going to rip my hair out a little bit, but it can be done. So definitely during busier times, during the times of the year and dips and highs in the market, like it's always going to change. So if I can baseline around 25, 30 a month, that's a really good place for me. Keep in mind that might be different for you, especially if you're first getting started. You're going to want to scale up to that or whatever you're comfortable with. Or if you get really good systems in place or maybe having someone help you, maybe you're consistently closing 50 plus a month. So that's where I'm at. Okay, next question is for me, what marketplace do you work? So I personally work with agents all over the state of Texas. A lot of TCs work multiple states. That's definitely a great way to expand your network and bring on new clients. Texas is a huge state, so I've been able to find plenty of business within it. I'm also just born and raised here, and I have my license here. So to me, I just feel most comfortable staying kind of in my wheelhouse. So Texas forever. Okay, last one. Can I please get your opinion as to the best software to use between TC Workflow, TC Docs, and Open to Close? So I actually don't have any experience with TC Docs, so I can't really input on that. I've messed around with TC Workflow a little bit. I've never actually used it to work a transaction, just more so when I was trying out different softwares. So I don't have too much of an opinion on that either. I mentioned in my first video for this, I'm currently using Open to Close, so I really like it. To be completely honest, I don't know if up front it is the most user-friendly, like to really integrate all the templates and the features. It can be a little confusing. There's lots of helpful videos, but once you get it set up like you like, it's super straightforward. I love that you can just drag the task to the next day. I love that you can kind of color code things and sort them by color. I love the email templates, autofilling. That's kind of like a basic requirement for me. Yeah, so I don't have too much input on the other two, but if you have any other questions about open to close, comment them down below and I'll try to get more specific, or maybe I can make a video with some more tips for that. So that is all the questions I have for now. Like I mentioned, if there's anything I didn't cover, anything I said that made you think of something else, please comment it down below. I can make a part 3 of this video. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel.